What's up, you guys? It's Ben and welcome to my channel where we talk about everything there is relating to selling on Amazon. For today's video, what I want to do is give you a quick tutorial for all of the students of mine and all of the viewers of mine that are starting selling on Amazon on a relatively low budget. I'm talking a budget of £1,000 and under. In today's video, what I'm going to do is show you what I would do, what I would look out for, and the products that I would consider buying from China to start selling them onto Amazon FBA marketplace. Just because you guys are starting off on a low budget doesn't mean you cannot sell on Amazon. However, your product choices are a little bit more restricted. That being said, you can still make money on Amazon. You can still double your money, triple your money going forward. But what we have to think about, guys, is the price of the product, how much of the quantity we can buy, what shipping methods to use, so on and so forth. This is what I'm going to be covering in today's video. So if you do start selling on Amazon in a relatively low budget and you're just around the product research stage, this is the video for you to watch out for. Now, before we get into, if you are working on a bit bigger budget and you would like my mentorship service, which basically I help you out on product research, speaking to suppliers, PPC advertising, looking through your listings, whatever it needs, then I am here for you. Please don't forget to check the links down below. And also, if you want to use some of my business tools such as Helium 10 for product research, or Jungle Scout, or Transferwise to basically pay your suppliers completely free of charge on your first £500 transfer, or if you want to use Tide, the perfect business bank account for you to get set up and start selling on Amazon as quickly as possible. So check the links all down below and let's get straight to the video. First thing you need to do is potentially get yourself some sort of product research software. Now, I personally love using Helium 10 because of the sheer amount of functionality they provide you. It's the perfect all-around tool for you to use when it comes to selling on Amazon, not just for product research, but for every aspect of the Amazon FBA business. I do have a link for that, so please don't forget to check that out. Now, for this video, what we're going to use is their black box tutorial, basically their black box platform, which allows us to put a certain criteria into the program effectively, and what it will do is it will show us the products that we want to see that match that criteria. Okay, now if you're going to start selling on a relatively low budget, you first things first need to look for products that are going to be relatively cheap, and that is going to be one of the criteria that we're going to be putting into. So the first thing we need to do here is basically go into categories and choose a category that we want to sell in. Now, I personally like to keep it as broad as possible, but the way I conduct my searches is that I go into a category, I select that, and I look through the products. And then I change the category and again, look through the products. And in my experience, what has worked out the best for me recently has been the beauty category. So we're just going to select that one. Okay, next thing is monthly revenue. Now, this can be as broad as you possibly want. However, what you do want to is get products that effectively are making money and are making sales. So it cannot be just anything. Okay, you have to have a minimum requirement, and in my opinion, that minimum requirement should be around £1,000. So what we're going to do is £1,000. Now, we're not going to put on a maximum on it, because if that product is selling £50,000, that is great. Okay, you might be selling out very, very quickly, but it's better to be selling out than not selling anything at all. Now, the next one, and this is important, guys, for you guys that are really starting off on a low budget, £500, £700, whatever, you really have to think about the price, because if you're going to buy something on Amazon that is relatively cheap priced on Amazon, okay, so say something anything between £5 to £15, the chances are it is going to be cheap on Alibaba. Okay, so you can't be looking for products that are going to be £20, £25, and so on and so forth, because you won't be able to afford enough quantity from China. Let's say the product is £25 on Amazon. Well, the chances are it's going to be about $10 on on Alibaba, and to buy 500 units of that, that would set you back with $5,000 straight away. Money simply that we just don't have at the moment. We are effectively looking for products that are around $1 on Alibaba, okay, $1 a unit, $1.50 a unit. That is pretty much the maximum that we can afford. So therefore, we need to look for cheaper priced items on Amazon. And in my opinion, anything from £5 to about £15 is a good starting point. £15 is probably the maximum I would go to, because then those products will probably be around $4 to $5 in China, which is a little bit pushing it, to be honest. Okay. Next up, review count. Again, this is something that I'm not going to put a minimum on, because if somebody's making money on no reviews, that is actually great. But what I do want to see is basically sellers that have got products which are making sales that have got a relatively low number of reviews. Basically what that means is those products have been recently introduced or have not been getting many reviews, to be frank, and has been making money. Okay, so I'm not going to put in a minimum. What I will do is put in a maximum of 50 reviews. Okay, and then last but not least, there's a review rating. Now this is, you can play around with this. I personally like to keep it completely open so I can see more results, but you can put in a maximum of 4-star reviews. This is what sometimes people do, because then what they will show is, it will show products that are actually selling on a low review number, but the low review score as well. So basically they're selling even though some customers are not happy with it. Okay, basically what that would mean is then you can come in with an updated, with a better product, and sell in that niche, and hopefully steal some of those customers and those sales away from this particular person. But I like to keep it blank so I can have more of a choice in each and every single niche. So once you click search, you're going to start seeing through various products in the beauty category. Okay, and as you can see, there are so many pages for you to go through, so you're going to have plenty of work to do when it comes to product research. And there are so many things to look out for. So as you can see, they all fit the criteria. The price is between 5 to 15. The monthly sales is, we didn't put anything, but the monthly revenue is above £1,000. And more importantly, the reviews are within range as well. So 48 is below the 50 that we have chosen. Now, one of the reasons why I probably wouldn't choose natural free formula soap free for dry hands is because it's a chemical product. And if you're just starting to sell off on Amazon, you don't want to be choosing really complicated products, because those will require you paperwork, various approvals, various things, and you just want to go for at least something that is relatively light and simple, and basically not branded, something that where a brand is not really dominating in that particular niche. So let's continue to go forward. Next thing, volume lashes. Again, something that will be very, very interesting for us to go into, potentially look into further. As we continue to go down, we look at soft foam rollers, flexi spongy skin, so hair rollers. These are actually fitting the criteria really well, because they are making money, of course, their reviews are relatively low, and they've got a very nice price point of £5.3. It's actually really, really cheap, which is good. Okay, the sales trend has also increased dramatically over the last 90 days. So basically what that means is that the sales have been increasing over time. And as we continue to go down, we continue to see more and more products. Now you will see some of them are clearly branded. For example, this one I think is actually branded, and therefore you wouldn't be able to copy them. And also, for example, a shampoo, I think this is, or a hair cream or whatever, again, something that may have a lot of chemicals in them, and I don't trust the Chinese enough to basically get products with full of chemicals in it. So I want to go for something that is not dangerous, relatively easy to go for. Again, something else, cat ears, cosplay and stuff, something that I personally would never come across, but again, it's selling £1,200 each and every single month. And guys, we are not looking for products that are selling in millions effectively. You don't need that, because you're starting off on such a low budget. All you're looking for is to double your money at the very beginning. So if you're starting off with 500, you want to make it to 1,000. If you're starting with 1,000, you may want to make it to 2,000. Okay, so anything above £1,000 is good enough right now. Once you work with a bigger budget, then we're going to change the criteria. But what I like so far right now, and what I want to do is look into further, is the flexible hair rollers. Okay, so I just typed that into Amazon, and what we're going to do is we're going to go into Helium 10 Chrome extension. Okay, and now it will show us all the information on each and every single seller that is on this first page. It will show us their revenue, it will show us everything we need to know. Okay, so first things first, let's have a look at the price. Now, the average price says is £12, but as you can see, there are so many sellers that are between £5 to £10. Okay, you can clearly get a product that is selling for £10 and under, so that checkbox is ticked. Next up, the FBA fees, also very, very important for you to figure out later on, because you need to know how much money do you guys get back once the product is sold after FBA fees. How much money are you making? The next thing that I really like to look at is the revenue and the sales. Which products are making the most amount of money and which products are making the most amount of sales? Because then that will tell me then which products are the most popular ones. What should I look out for? And as you can see, there are products here that are making well over even £10,000 purely on flexible hair rollers. That is really, really important. And then last but not least, what I want to do is I want to see, are there any people that have got low number of reviews that are making money? And as you can see, this is perfect because there's somebody with 1 review at the moment making £3,000. There's another one with 15 reviews making £2,000, 44 making £2,500, 34, 67 is still pretty low as well, 45 and so on and so forth, 6. As you can see, this niche, for example, for me would definitely be one that I would like to look into further for a number of reasons. Number one, it's relatively nice and simple. Number two, it doesn't have any big brands in there. It doesn't have a brand that has half of all of the sales basically monopolized in that niche. It doesn't have any sort of complexity to it. It's not like an electrical product. I like the fact that the price is relatively cheap as well. The review counts are really good because there are people that have just started off and are already selling as well. So the next things now I would do is potentially look into further into this niche, what people are looking for, what are the reviews saying, and then start speaking to suppliers in China and try to figure out what price you can pay to get 500, 600 units of these flexible hair rollers to bring into the UK market. There's a lot more that goes into this, and this will take you guys some time. And as the time goes, as you start to sell more and more products, you will get better and better and better at it, and you will learn from some of the previous mistakes that you might have made. But that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I really hope you found it useful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.